have found the Championship challenge too much. But they're determined to make it at least an awkward occasion for the would-be Premier League side. Don't be fooled by the sunshine, by the way. There's wind and rain in the air. There is a rather wintry chill around. But everyone associated with Sheffield United hoping for a result to warm them. David McGoldrick, Enda Stevens, very much a man in form of late. Adding goals to his game at long last. O'Connell.
No messing about from Sheffield United. First 30 seconds, get the ball into the opposition half, pen them in. They've started with a great tempo.
Recently rather. Corner not quite what he would have wished for.
It wasn't the greatest ball in from Ollie Norwood, but it's a really blustery day here at Bramall Lane. And it's vitally important. We know Sheffield United are a side that like to keep the ball on the floor. If it's in the air, it's going to be very difficult for defenders and goalkeepers to judge.
Yes, it can become an extra opponent. There's Cole-Skuse, Miles Kenlock, and you can see how awkward it is already for players to judge when the ball is in the air. Seeking out George Baldock. Oh, brilliant ball! Oh, McGoldrick couldn't convert, but it's not away yet. Duffy, O'Connell leaving it for Fleck, Baldock and Jackson.
Well, there's the attacking centre-halves for you. Chris Basham, a wicked ball in, but David McGoldrick, if he goes at this with his head or his left foot, he probably scores. He's definitely onside when the ball is played. He goes at it, really stabs at it with his right foot. There are better options.
They're certainly delivering, and Cole-Skuse had to defend that one.
Well, McGoldrick knows that a quality ball is going to come in, so he gets in between defenders. Just the wrong choice in how he actually goes for the ball. Just go with the side foot, your left foot, or diving header, you make it 1-0.
Needed defending again, Cole-Skuse in there. The way the game has started, he is certainly effectively playing as a third centre-back. Here is Basham, who's always an effective centre-back going forward, as we've seen already. Seen Sheffield United before, that is the one real noteworthy feature about them, the way they get involved in an attacking sense. As Basham is again here, and O'Connell's in the box waiting, as is Egan. Duffy's ball, and Ciala, the most relieved man in Sheffield.
Well, it's how many times in wide areas they get the overload. It's always 2 against 1, 3 against 2. So whether it be Basham playing it in or Duffy, they've always got that extra player. Clever from Baldock, just that little back heel opens the space up for Duffy. Hogan is actually offside when that ball is played. It's about weathering the storm for Ipswich. It's been a whirlwind start by the home side. It's just whether Ipswich can keep them out in the first 10 minutes.
He was saying to me this week that it's been a week that has dragged. Played on Monday, but it's felt like a long time since that superlative performance at Hull. Got some good news on the way home that Leeds had succumbed at Brentford. Two at the back of the bus are watching it on their phones, but it was by and large avoided until the result
Musiala and Chambers, and whether that's going to be the case for all the game or whether just this opening blitz from Sheffield United means they need the extra defender in there.
Well, it's not unprecedented this season for Ipswich to go with 3 central defenders. They had a couple of games back in the early point of March, the turn of February and March.
It looks like Will Keane's going to have to come off here. Alan Judge just made the symbol, you've got to make the substitution. 5.5 minutes into the game, this is the last thing Paul Lambert would have wanted. It's a hamstring injury, clearly you can't carry on, you can't run off a muscular injury. Just that straight leg as the ball drops. His hands go straight to the back of the leg, he knows instantly, that's why Judge was saying you've got to get him off.
But it is that department where they have suffered. They've lost a lot of last season's goals, almost all of them in the summer.
Well, there's no genuine striker on the bench, so we're only presuming here that Caden Jackson will go and lead the line. They've got attacking midfielders, Andre Dazelle or Chalobah is going to come on and play in midfield, and Jackson will have to play through the middle.
We've seen already Teddy Bishop play a little further forward when they've operated with this system this season, so it may be a slightly more forward role for him. But not yet managed to get the replacement ready to go. He, in some eyes, amongst the Ipswich supporters, has been their best performer this season. Very youthful age. Succeeding in making the back pass more awkward. Here's Duffy. Side flying against Hogan. And that is the cue for Ipswich to make their change. The striker. Here's Trevor Chalobah and Jack O'Connell. Not making it his, and here's Musiala. And Gherkin donning the gloves again. Paul Lambert saying after the game against Swansea that he would play today. Now Kopsu will come back next week. Gherkin with a little more business to attend to there.
Well, we saw against Forest on Good Friday how many times Ender Stevens gets forward down the left and he whipped in some brilliant crosses, but there he just lifts the ball a bit too much off the ground. The wind gets hold of it, just takes a bit of the sting out of it, and it's easier for goalkeepers. So really keep it on the floor, really whip it in.
Duffy. Here's John Egan. Forest game, which was such a crucial one for Sheffield United because of his red card against Millwall, and the painful feelings after that setback at home, long gone. The game's coming so thick and fast, it's amazing what can happen in the space of 2 weeks. Ender Stevens, Skew's reading it. Very much his strength reading the game. Duffy. Hold up coming in at the back.
There's That's very important for Ipswich. They don't overplay in their defensive third. If the opportunity's there to clear the lines, get it up towards Caden Jackson, turn Sheffield United, don't invite them on by losing the ball in your own half.
Chambers. Oh. Fleck stole it. Hogan. Fleck. Hogan!
That's exactly what I just talked about. Luke Chambers playing in the wrong area of the pitch. Don't play across the defence. Don't give the ball away cheaply. Don't give the ball to Sheffield United halfway inside your own half. This is really, they're fortunate to get away with this. Just maybe Hogan again goes at it with his wrong foot. Should be going at it with his left, not his right. It's a good opportunity. Once you let a ball come across your body, it's harder to get a good instep connection and guide it towards that far post. We expected a whirlwind start from Sheffield United. We've certainly had that. Dominating the ball, they tend to do that in virtually every game that they play. And a lot of the game has been played in the Ipswich half.
Hogan putting himself about again. Musiala enjoying that moment though. Now the race is on here. Egan tidying up in the end.
That's exactly what Ipswich need to do. Just that ball played over the top there caused a bit of consternation defensively for Sheffield United. At times they do leave themselves a little bit short because their centre-halves push on. And Jackson certainly has the pace to get beyond Egan.
And McGoldrick's away from Chambers here. Certainly knocking on the door, but McGoldrick in his form has to take it on surely.
Just about to say, that's really unselfish, but the goals they scored against Hull, just carry this ball all the way in on goal and took it in at the far post. He doesn't need to play that square pass. That's exactly what Musiala wants him to do. Just carry it a couple of strides and let the shot go.
McGoldrick. On here for Judge. The two opportunities that David McGoldrick has had, the form that he's in, the form that he showed up at the K-Con, you would have expected him to take at least one of them. This season, Ipswich fans thinking what might have been, but there's no doubt that the change in environment has done a lot for him. Well, into trouble again. But here's Bishop, who can carry the ball very well. He's got Judge in attendance. Break back for him. Jackson. Kenlock. Flynn Downs, Bishop. Two talented youngsters in that midfield for Ipswich who certainly have the capabilities to serve the club very well in the future. Chalabar though rocked by McGoldrick. Now here's John Fleck.
There's the experience of Cole Skews. He let Chambers stay with Hogan, who made the forward run, and he just read the forward pass and picked it off.
Forward. Duffy. Here is Chambers. To Miles Kenlock. Kenlock wins the battle.
Kenlock and Bree that are playing as wing-backs. Really looks like Cole Skews is going to play in between the centre-halves, and it will be a back three and wing-backs for Ipswich.
Wigan and Reading, the two games where they've done this before from the off. Here's Judge. James Bree. Loan from Aston Villa. Downs. Judge again. Bishop. McGoldrick determined to try to win it back. His former teammate. Chalabar.
One example there of why McGoldrick has been such an important player in this team. His work rate off the ball to get it back. It's not just about creating goals and scoring.
Here's Flynn Downs.
It's a rather weak shot in the end. It opens up nicely for him. There's no real conviction in the shot. Good football. Good to see Ipswich committing bodies forward, but there's no pressure on him. He's disappointed that he's not actually worked the goalkeeper from there. Not a clean strike and off target as well.
Actually brought into the squad by Mick McCarthy. Time at Luke as well. No. Judge. Stolen by Basher.
The last 5 or 6 minutes for Ipswich have been a lot better. They've enjoyed more of the ball. They've got a foothold in the game. They've taken the sting out of the Sheffield United start. Probably feared the worst that first 5 minutes, the opportunity for McGoldrick, but Paul Lambert's team have come back into it.
Will tell you they've improved in terms of how they are on the eye, Ipswich Town under Paul Lambert. Flag up against Hogan again. But in terms of points per game, what actually matters, the actual improvement for Ipswich under Lambert is less than 0.01 points per game.
Playing attractively is one thing, but in any league, certainly in the Championship, you've got to pick up points, and sometimes winning ugly is the key thing.
They just haven't been able to find a solution to the goal-scoring issue. Route after time as a youngster at Liverpool and Wrexham. And he's kept some very talented competitors out of the team this season. Very promising Ben Woodburn of Liverpool discarded earlier in the season. Stage today, Scott Hogan, very much a backup option when you've got someone of Billy Sharp's capabilities at the club. Some very distinctive, different types of striker amongst their arsenal. Scott Hogan with an opportunity there. Funded forward by Gherkin. Chambers. John Egan has the matter in hand.
See, that's not a bad forward ball. It looks as if an Ipswich player isn't going to get it, but what you're doing is you're forcing Sheffield United to backpedal, to run back towards their own goal. You pick up a throw in their half, and that's why that forward ball is the one to play.
Used to doing that, Sheffield United, certainly at home. Here's Cole Scouse. Miles Kenlock. Scouse had to get there.
How many times Ipswich have played those risky balls either backwards or square across their back three?
Into Jackson. Judge. Here's Chambers. Errant pass by Flynn Downs.
They can't keep making these basic errors. Ipswich has been a major problem all season long for Paul Lambert and his team, making mistakes that have led to goals. They can't afford to do that today against this quality Sheffield United side.
And the top two have in common there. Here's O'Connell. McGoldrick. Bishop. Bishop flying to try and get there. He's overcome a lot of physical problems already in his short career, Teddy Bishop. Let's hope that he at last gets a clear run. To the first team some years ago now, in terms of the training. Judge. Jackson after it. Chambers. Two players there who wanted to warm their boots up before the game, but there's a machine they've got to do it, and they couldn't find a socket that worked to put it into use.
It's not the socket not working I'm unhappy with, it's the boot warmer. What's that all about?
Hot tap. Hot tap. Whatever happened to the hot tap? Anyway, here's Judge. Here's Bishop. And he does love to carry that ball, and Bishop in the way.
With Will Keane going off and the little switch there with Jackson leading the line, it's just enabled Teddy Bishop to play that little bit further forward to get into pockets of space. Bishop does well to get across and read where that shot is ending up.
That's a little example of why Chris Wilder has called this a very dangerous game, because they do have young players who are doing their growing up in public. They do have talent. Egan in strongly. Kenlock still on the ground. Balled up, raiding into that space. Chambers.
That looks a really strong challenge from John Egan, but there was no complaints from Miles Kenlock, and normally certainly the player that's caught, or the Ipswich players around him would have reacted if it had been a really bad one.
Stevens. Duffy. O'Connell. Duffy again. O'Connell's in behind. Beautiful ball in! Scott Hogan! Well, he stepped out of the shadows to centre stage and scores the goal that sends Bramall Lane into raptures.
Well, it's a classic Sheffield United goal. How many times this season have we seen O'Connell get forward and provide a pinpoint cross? It's actually Teddy Bishop who goes to sleep here. Again, there's the overload in the wide areas. Teddy Bishop gets caught ball watching. A little give and go from O'Connell, very straightforward. Bishop doesn't see him, but I mentioned earlier about really flashing your crosses in. Don't get them off the ground, whip them in. And Scott Hogan is on the move, the pace is on the ball. Any kind of contact's going to take you past Gherkin. It's brilliant, patient football, wonderful balling. The striker on the move. Inevitably, it's going to be 1-0.
Where they want to be. Man who's been part of the supporting cast in his time at Bramall Lane so far. Well, is he going to be the headline maker? Is Hogan going to be the hero?
But it is so simple from O'Connell, just to lay off a little bit of movement. And An Ipswich player in Teddy Bishop going to sleep, watching the ball. That's why you're caught out. And then the quality of the ball in from O'Connell does everything that a striker wants. Brilliant ball.
Away again.
Well, that is Hogan's great strength, not just finishing in the 6-yard box, he's playing right on the shoulder of centre halves and using his pace to get away from them.
Foul. No room for debate for John Fleck. Alan Judge on the receiving end. This is Chalabar now for Ipswich.
It's a great finish from Scott Hogan, but it's brilliant work from O'Connell. He does the hard work, he covers the ground to get in, but it's such a considered ball in. It's out in front of strikers. He's not necessarily trying to pick Hogan out, he's playing that ball into the space, anticipating that the strikers will get in there, get across the defenders and get a touch on it. Brilliant from O'Connell, great little touch on Hogan.
Back up against David McGoldrick. Let's clear the picture for you a little. Would mean effectively, if not mathematically, Sheffield United would be going up and they would leapfrog Norwich for the moment, who of course are in action later tonight live on Sky Sports. He is one of their own, and there will be few managers in the country in any season for whom a promotion would mean more.
Sheffield United's success is no flash in the pan. They took over 3 seasons ago, they changed to a 3-5-2 formation. That changed everything here at Sheffield United. The football they played has been incredible, their win rate is extraordinary, and if they get to the Premier League, they thoroughly deserve it.
Championship already, although not for Bolton and Brentford, for reasons you may have heard about. Bolton's players unpaid and not playing. So a crucial win for Derby and a crucial defeat at the other end of the table for Rotherham United. Here's Stevens. Again where he needed to be. Duffy. Fleck. Balled on. McGoldrick. Not standing his ground. We'll have a little look at the referee. A little word now.
Well, the goal really is an example of what a good side can do to you, because Ipswich, probably for 10 minutes before that, had a foothold in the game. They were knocking it around, committing bodies forward, but you just go to sleep for a split second, and the ability that Sheffield United have, they will open you up and they will score.
The problem for Ipswich is that the moments of promise are rarely realised. Here's Baldock.
It was a good recovery and he gave the ball away, so all he can do is redeem himself, and They've got to learn lessons. They're giving the ball away far too cheaply. Musiala does well, he works hard, sprints back, gets goal side. That's all you can do is recover the situation. And he's just not looking. You've got to appreciate they're going to get closed down all over the pitch, certainly that back three. Time and again they're giving the ball away cheaply. On that occasion, Musiala does well.
Already had a relationship with Paul Hurst, who brought him to the club, his third club, in which they were together, Grimsby and Shrewsbury Town, or Shrewsbury Town if you prefer.
Let's not start that debate. We'll be here all night.
Super Sunday is more super than usual with 3 games. Leicester against Arsenal, 11:30 on the Premier League channel. Manchester City with that crucial trip to Burnley. For all you Hinchcliffe fans, he's there. And Manchester United against Chelsea, 4:15 Sky Sports Premier League. And of course, it's all even better in Ultra HD.
Yeah, you knew Burnley Man City was a big game, but then you see the commentary team and it's enormous now.
Scoos. Fleck. Now Norwood. Basham moving up inevitably. Baldock. Duffy. Over Hogan's head. Cole Scoos. Basham. Stevens hoping to get there. Stevens has got there. So too is Musiala.
There's a number of Ipswich players just standing and watching. Maybe feeling the ball was going to run over the byline there. They've got to switch on. They've got to be more alive because in the next 5-10 minutes, Sheffield United, if they carry on at this pace, could easily take the game away from Ipswich.
Interesting. Norwood. Oh, Musiala there again.
Well, it's not an easy skill when the ball is coming straight at you like that, but he's such a sweet striker of the ball. Ollie Norwood, what a signing he's been for Sheffield United. This is definitely on target. It needed deflecting. Again, he doesn't panic, just slows himself down before he strikes it beautifully.
Basham. To Baldock. Basham. Cole Scoos. Judge getting back there.
And it's all hands to the pumps now for Ipswich. The goal really has set Sheffield United on their way. The crowd are roaring them forward as well. See how important that second goal could be.
Here's Egan. Basham. Here's David McGoldrick. Away from Downs. Oh, that's a beautiful ball! Baldock! And Scoos there at the last. Lucan doing well. It's McGoldrick now. Baldock again! Chambers in the way, Norwood. Well, they're going to do well to stem this tide now, Ipswich. Stevens almost blocked it in the end.
Well, it's just a heavy touch from George Baldock. The movement off the ball, the weight of the pass from McGoldrick was sublime. It's all about understanding, playing together game after game, knowing the runs that the wing-back is going to make. It's just slightly heavy, gets away from Baldock and well, a surer touch, he makes it 2-0.
Norwood guilty of a foul. A man desperate for his Premier League chance. He's been involved in 2 promoted sides before, at Brighton and Fulham, and he couldn't force his way into the side even in the Championship there, still less the Premier League. He's sacrificed his international career to try and make sure it happens.
Yeah, he is their good luck charm, but his performance is what he's brought to Sheffield United this season has been immense. Norwood, Egan, McGoldrick, crucial signings in making Sheffield United a team that could challenge maybe for the top 6 in this league to a team that can finish in the top 2.
Chambers going longer. Fleck, Chalabar. He's not going to debate that decision. Duffy. Stevens. O'Connell. Stevens again. Jack O'Connell. No one in red and white getting on the end of that one.
Well, what are we, 10 minutes before half-time, and Ipswich go in just 1-0 down. I feel they've done pretty well because Sheffield United are flying.
They've given up possession again, Ipswich here. Norwich man on the Ipswich coaching staff. Here's Stevens. Duffy.
Once again, there's that overload in a wide area, 2 against 1. Hand of apology from Mark Duffy. I'm sure I think he changed his mind. Actually, he's going to whip the ball in, then maybe play it into someone's path, and ended up really kicking the floor and doing neither.
Pulled the shirt there on Flynn Downs. Egan's underneath this as well as Jackson. Fleck. Just go out of play in the end.
There's a bit of panic there from Musiala. He's saying, well, talk to me, tell me I can take the ball down. Just hooks it clear, and just a sign really of the pressure that Ipswich are under.
Certainly expecting a red and white shirt to be in closer attendance, and they actually were for once. Fleck. Hogan. Scoos with him. This is Fleck. Here's Duffy. Fleck again on his left foot. James Bree with him.
They're in those wide areas, right and left. It's absolutely key. You stop the crosses. As we saw with the goal, if those crosses are whipped in, got McGoldrick in there, Hogan in there, a second goal will come.
Egan getting free at the near post. Shrugged off the attentions of Ted Bishop in there, but he's gone back to look after things defensively now, Egan. Duffy's showing for it. On to Baldock. Knocks across on his weaker foot. Oh, taken off the head of Stevens by Bree. This is Fleck. McGoldrick coming in. Norwood gets there.
Well, the crosses are causing all kinds of problems in a big feature of Sheffield United's season. Can be Duffy, can be Fleck, can be the wing backs. They get cross after cross into the box, and then they get players up on the edge of the box supporting the play. Pretty clear that Sheffield United deserve to be ahead. They're dominating the game. That's what we expected, really. It's just a question whether Ipswich can see their way through to half-time. maybe regroup, reset. It's going to be very hard to stop Sheffield United getting a killer second goal.
Baldock, Basham, Baldock again. Here's Norwood. Basham with Nsiala, who's been a really prominent defensive figure for Ipswich.
Does Nsiala actually do anything here? Since the referee didn't touch him, just maybe leaned slightly into his man. I'm not sure that's a foul. Basham goes to ground very easily.
The rain lashing around the place again. Over his head.
Dan, you know my criticism is going to be of this free kick. What do I always say to you about wide free kicks? You've got to keep them on target. In conditions like this, if you're whipping it in, yeah, someone might get a touch on it, attacker or defender. It might just drift in at the far post, so that's a sin to me from John Fleck. Keep it on target when you're whipping it in.
I have to say, you look around the Sheffield United players, there are a lot of smiles. And you can see that in their style of play. There's a lot of joy about it.
It's joy on and off the ball, isn't it? They love getting the ball back, working as a team to deny the opposition, and once you have that, you're pretty much unstoppable.
Bishop, he's difficult to stop when he's got the ball at his feet, but he's got a free kick for the earlier challenge on him here.
I just wonder here whether Chambers and Nsiala will come up and try and threaten Sheffield United, get on the edge of that box. They've had so little to feed off Ipswich. Get this ball in the box and see if something breaks your way.
Well, it certainly has tempted the skipper. Nsiala, a man to be watched at the back. Can Judge get his part right? Defended by Jack O'Connell. Chalabar. Bramall Lane breathes easier again.
Chris Wilder must surely be happy with the performance of his team in this first half. They're a goal to the good. They've had opportunities to maybe score goals 2 and 3. That maybe be his only criticism. We could have killed the game off completely by half-time.
Tells you what the weather's like today. Henderson with his cap on. It's at times blowing something akin to a gale. There's rain all over the place, and he's worried about the sun.
It's the old Vivaldi conditions, isn't it? The 4 seasons. Showing my breeding there, aren't I? Eh?
Oh, very erudite of you.
I was going to say a pizza, but I thought I'd go with something else.
The old Jasper Carrot joke. I know who the 4 seasons are, but who's this Vivaldi geezer? Here's Duffy. In by Stevens, Kenlock. Time as he thought he might. Judge. Bree.
Once again, you look at the pressure on the ball. Ipswich look like they got comfortable possession, anything but.
Here's Hogan. Can he turn provider here? Chambers ensuring that he can't in the moment.
That all starts from chasing the ball back on the halfway line and very quickly playing forward to being positive on and off the ball. It's so hard to play against this. There's no way out, and how quickly. One forward ball from O'Connell and suddenly, well, they're at you. So from the halfway line, you're inside your penalty area and you're having to give away a set piece.
Goldrick coming near. Oh, and O'Connell piling in at the back. It's Kenlock who got 2 added minutes at the end of this first half. Remember, an injury to Will Keane early on forced Ipswich into a swift change. McGoldrick, Duffy there to pick up the bits. Fleck on hand. Shalabar got a crucial foot in there for Ipswich. Judge, battle there. Ward won the initial one. O'Connell wins the next one. He is actually going to be awarded a free kick. Judge.
You get the sense here Jack O'Connell feels that Alan Judge has left a little bit on him. When players react like this, there's normally something in it. Sets of players flying into the tackles. First Norwood, there's Judge, then O'Connell comes in here. I think it's just the way maybe Judge just slightly waits and then steps on O'Connell's ankle. Get a better view of it here. Does he go slightly over the top of the ball? Yes, he certainly does. That's why O'Connell is unhappy, and Judge, so maybe slightly fortunate to stay on the pitch.
The ex-Brentford player involved. It's a challenge that the referee Tim Robinson took kindly to. Or Jack O'Connell. Tim Robinson blows the whistle, nearly there. Scott Hogan popping up with a vital goal that could be the one that sends Sheffield United back to the Premier League after their 12-year absence. They've had other opportunities to put themselves in an even more comfortable position, but the nerves still jangling at Bramall Lane at half-time. It's Sheffield United 1, Ipswich Town 0. 45 minutes away from ordering their greasy chip butties at Premier League grounds.
Well, there might have been a few nerves among the Sheffield United fans in the first half, but out on the pitch, the players look really composed, very comfortable. They knew what was ahead of them, and they've really attacked the game. Only 1-0 up, could have been 2 or 3. If they get that second goal early in this second half, it could be really enjoyable watching for the Sheffield United fans.
Chris Wilder was a player in those crucial moments in 1990 when Sheffield United returned to the top flight under the management of Dave Bassett. Came in for some crucial games, having been very much in the wilderness for much of the season. Including that critical result against Leicester. 5-2 victory. Hogan chasing, Scoos there. Kenlock. Foul by Golder. The building for next season is going on in earnest for Paul Lambert. Ipswich Town, preparing for the lack of international breaks and the Checker Trade Trophy. Here's McGoldrick. Ender Stevens across. Here's Jack O'Connell, crucial figure in the opening goal. Ender Stevens has got his free kick. At
times it's Jack O'Connell providing the real width. This time it's Ender Stevens. They chop and change. It's just that trailing leg from James Bree. That left leg comes out, and so actually there's any contact whatsoever. It's maybe a dive from Ender Stevens. So James Bree didn't look like he actually touched him.
So Norwood's right foot. Duffy interfering with the wall. Norwood's hit! Oh! We can't come any closer. But now the counter charge is on, and it's Caden Jackson who's stolen it. Fleck with him. Now it's tossed in there. Basham didn't get hold of it. Egan will get it away.
Well, John Fleck was brilliant. He sprints 60 yards back just to slow Jackson up.
Absolutely what was required from John Fleck there. Keep Ipswich at arm's length.
I mentioned it in the first half with John Fleck, a wide free kick. Keep it on target, anything can happen. Being ultra critical here of Ollie Norwood. I think actually the keeper gets a touch on it. It was going in, Norwood had hit the target. I think the touch from Gherkin takes it onto the post.
Well, credit the goalkeeper, who's been in the shadows for a fair while at Ipswich. He's had more opportunities than he might have expected this season. And finally dealt with a troublesome hip issue. Broken for Jackson, but handball is the verdict. Duffy on for Hogan. Fleck arriving in the box. Scoos in the way. Duffy to Baldock. Duffy wants it back. Norwood off Chalabar. Again, Cole Scoos popped up in the right place for Ipswich. Chalabar. That's Henderson's.
Well, there is an opportunity on the counter-attack. That is Ipswich's best bet to getting an equaliser. That ball back over the top, and hopefully George or Jackson can get on the end of it.
Leeds United's best bet, staying in the promotion race today.
Nice, a wicked ball in from Ollie Norwood. Really gets some whip on it, some pace on it. Looks as if it's actually past Gherkin. He's gone ahead of the ball. Just that flailing hand, slightest of touches. What an important save.
David McGoldrick making Nsiala's life very difficult again. Here's Basham. Scoos. McGoldrick. Norwood. On to Basham. Managed to kick out across. Forward by Egan. Scoos his head. Flynn Downs.
It was interesting there, when George Baldock was in possession, the Sheffield United bench was screaming at him to play forward. And that's really been the philosophy all season long for Sheffield United. Don't just pass it for the sake of it, pass it with purpose.
Chris Wilder has spoken of the need in these critical matches in the last few weeks to maintain the simplicity of approach, declutter the players' minds. Play forward when you can. It's a pretty simple philosophy.
I think that's the theory. Putting it into practice can be tricky. They're human beings. Sometimes you think, well, we're 1-0 up, let's just protect what we've got rather than go for the second goal. But you can clearly see he's urging his players to keep on the front foot and kill this game off.
Basham. Scoos. Kenlock. Judge. Egan in the way. An earlier challenge that has resulted in a free kick to Ipswich.
There's Baldock who just leaves his foot in there as Kenlock is looking to play the ball around the corner. Gets caught.
Chalobah. John Fleck. On for Hogan here. McGoldrick's arriving at a real rate of knots in the middle. Well, Hogan getting the starting berth, but their top scorer is going through a little warm-up, and similar to Chris Wilder in his special feeling he has for the cause, and what a wonderful season he has had. As he once self-deprecatingly said, not bad for a fat lad from Sheffield.
It's not just his goals, his influence in the dressing room. He and Chris Wilder know what it means to these Sheffield United fans to be successful, to get to the Premier League, and that attitude in the dressing room has been key.
Duffy. Oh, they've got it right, Stevens. Baldock can keep things moving here for Sheffield United. McGoldrick. Fleck. Taking up the invite there that the crowd were keen for him to accept. O'Connor. There's James Bree. Basham. Teddy Bishop ensuring that he couldn't maraud forward any further, at least not with the ball. Baldock. Duffy and Ciala. Duffy now at a ball there. Basham just moving a little gingerly at the moment. Here's Norwood. Fleck to O'Connor. Stevens has dug it out, and Ciala away. Fleck. No way through the challenge of Bishop.
Well, sometimes the half-time break can change the flow of a game. It hasn't changed this one. Sheffield United on the front foot. Ipswich just about hanging in there.
McGoldrick. Scoos, but they'll be picked off here by Ollie Norwood. To hang it in there, McGoldrick! Side netting.
I think the problem for McGoldrick here, he doesn't actually see it till late. Ollie Norwood seems to be caught in two minds. The fans are saying shoot. He was always going to cross it. He just arrives a bit late at McGoldrick. Chambers actually runs across his eye line. Doesn't maybe get a clear view of it. That's maybe why he mistimes the header, heads it down onto his own arm rather than across goal.
Well, they feel that he's found a home here. And the statistics would certainly suggest that. Certainly in recent games, he's been nothing short of superb. Through that challenge from Chalobah. Baldock, Duffy, Hogan! Offside anyway!
Well, he is offside, it's a very good save, actually great positioning from Dean Gherkin. The ball hits him, doesn't really make the save, but he makes the save where he's actually stood. Again, real tenacity from David McGoldrick. And it is a wonderful ball in from Duffy. One little look, he is offside, it's a great spot. Gherkin does well just to get his chest on that, but the flag was up anyway. But how quickly Sheffield United turn Ipswich possession into a chance for themselves, and Chris Wilder will be desperate for his team to take one, and just keep making them, don't finish them off.
Well, they've some good takers of chances at this club down the years. Who was going to win that header? Duffy, McGoldrick. He was unhappy, but no great protest in the end.
Well, it's Cinciano who seems to step across him. Is it a clear foul? Well, the ball's actually getting away from McGoldrick. That's good defending, that's not a foul. For Ipswich, they just can't get any possession in Sheffield United's half. It's just wave after wave of pressure.
Hogan's kept it in. Skews. Balloon creeping onto the pitch. A little reminder of that infamous FA Cup tie against Manchester City here. A few years ago now. Sheffield United do seek their ruthless touch. He's a man who so often provided it, and indeed when they did seal their promotion to the top division in 1990, he was amongst the scorers that day at Leicester and went on to make Premier League history not that long afterwards.
He wouldn't look at a place in Peaky Blinders, would he?
Elsewhere today. It's led to disappointment elsewhere in South Yorkshire. Oh, that cannoned kindly here. Hogan got it all wrong, but he'll get another chance, but only until Chalabar intervened.
Defensively, Ipswich are so nervous, they're all over the place. It's just Sheffield United, they're just not being clinical enough.
McGoldrick, Duffy.
You just feel if Sheffield United keep creating chance after chance, Billy Sharp eventually has to come on, because he's the player you can probably guarantee is going to take the all-important second one.
Jackson still down here for Ipswich. Kenlock. Referee is going to stop the game because of concern over Jackson. And the roar goes up around Bramall Lane. He is the reason.
You just feel the script is maybe written. Scott Hogan certainly played his part. Billy Sharp is going to come on and make sure Sheffield United get to the Premier League. It's brilliant work from O'Connell, wonderful ball in, exactly what Hogan would want. He's on the move across defenders, the slightest of touches, and he gets a vital, vital goal.
he's done his part. He is the man who has played, to say the very least, a significant one all season. Hamstrung recently, but back in the fold for the most critical contest of all. And in truth, for a long while, this hasn't really been a contest. It's been a question of when are Sheffield United going to score again.
Yeah, it's one of those games at 1-0 with Sheffield United dominating. They eventually get a second and they can enjoy the final maybe 10-15 minutes, or Ipswich have that one opportunity or one mistake from Sheffield United and it finishes 1-1. That's why Chris Wilder, for all this dominance, will be really pleased with the performance, but they've got to get that second goal. You only really have to remember what happened against Millwall here again. Sheffield United dominated, but 1-0 up. Jake Cooper scores in, what, the 95th minute? That's what can happen.
But can it happen more than once in the space of a couple of weeks? Stevens. Free. Judge, Bishop. And again. Only to O'Connor. Well, Billy Sharp back in the squad. They had Wednesday off after the recovery work after the whole game. They did return to training the last couple of days. Doesn't really matter how fit he is, give him a chance and you tend to think you know what happens.
Well, that's it against nervy defenders. He's just brilliant at getting in between centre-halves or centre-halves and full-backs, and he anticipates defenders will ball watch. He gets himself into goal-scoring positions and his teammates have the quality to find him.
McGoldrick. Balled up in close attendance, although he has to bring Norwood in. Balled up, Norwood. Here's McGoldrick. Jack O'Connor. Andre Dazelle getting ready to come on for Ipswich. Flex ball. Here's McGoldrick. Balled up. Bishop. Judge got a foot in. That's Flynn Downs. Lovely ball by Downs.
To be fair to Ipswich, they're not just lying down accepting their fate when they can, they're trying to get forward and play some decent football.
Well, that hasn't changed all season. They certainly tried to play in what they would regard as the right manner. It's just that effectiveness in the final third, and even getting there at times has been so difficult. McGoldrick finding Sharp. Cole Scoos winning an important challenge. McGoldrick again. Here's Egan. Sharp. Basham.
I just wonder about the likelihood of Sheffield United conceding here. It's pretty unlikely. It all stems from how they play the game. See the passes in the opponent's half here. They play the game high up the pitch, keep the ball in the opponent's half.
Races on here.
It protects Henderson really well.
second got there.
This is Sheffield United mixing their game up. At times they like to play the ball into feet. This occasion they play the ball into the channel and get players using their athleticism to get forward.
Jackson departs. Great name of Ipswich past. To replace him, son of Jason Dazelle, Andre Dazelle.
First thing he's got wrong back there today. It's a horrible ball to deal with. It just bounces in front of you. It's a bit of a wild slash at the ball. There's no composure here. Once again, another cross into the box causing problems. Seems to mistime his jump here. He's away from his man. It's a wonderful ball in. If you hit the target, you score. Yet another opportunity goes begging. It's Teddy Bishop that he gets away from. Keep it down and it's 2-0.
Norwich, first home win of the season. Norwood. Basham again. Skew's slipped and it will reach McGoldrick. Billy Sharp on here for Baldock. Miles Kenlock sticking with him.
Well, he covers the hard yards there, Kenlock he had to do because Baldock was goal side of him. Really timely block.
I want to see a timely goal. The extent of the wind demonstrated by the corner flag here, which was almost at 45 degrees to the pitch a few seconds ago, rather than 90. O'Connell coming in! That's the one! Forget the maths! The Premier League beckons for Sheffield United!
Well, there's complaints here from Ipswich Town that Dean Gherkin was actually blocked off and couldn't come and deal with it. Is it Billy Sharp who stood in front of the goalkeeper? It's a wicked ball in. Sharp actually leans into the goalkeeper. Is it a clear foul? He seems to go to ground very easily here, Dean Gherkin. That makes it really simple for Jack O'Connell. Big centre-half on the move. Egan missed the earlier opportunity. O'Connell wasn't going to miss. That's really clever from Billy Sharp, leaning into the goalkeeper. Gets a bit of luck. O'Connell buries it. And Sheffield United Premier League bound.
Dazar, on by Judge. Kenlock coming in. Well, got to keep their concentration, Sheffield United. Duffy. Here's Flynn Downs. Well, Ipswich's spirit, at least, not broken. But a team that have found the Championship challenge too tough all season, and surely not bridge the gap here. They may ask a question or two about the manner of this second goal and what happened in that penalty box.
Well, just watch Billy Sharp, the way he just leans into the goalkeeper. I feel he's actually blocking the keeper off here. He goes to ground pretty easily, Dean Gherkin, but there is contact on him. Normally, you'd see free kicks given for that. And Jack O'Connell only had eyes for the ball. Sheffield United only have eyes for the Premier League.
Here's Nsiala and Duffy. They got away with it there, Ipswich, because Nsiala had lost out.
I suppose for Dean Gherkin, he's got to get Billy Sharp out of the way. I play with Neville Southall, that's what he'd do. He'd take everybody out of the way to make absolutely sure he got to the ball. You can't just slightly collide with Billy Sharp and go to ground. That's exactly what he's after.
Here's Basham, who's not been moving freely for some time, actually, or as freely as he would like. Honestly, he's won a free kick here. Well, the party is in its early throes.
Yeah, you don't feel any Sheffield United player is going to want to come up here unless they absolutely have to. 2-0 up, at home, crowd absolutely loving it. These are moments you live for as a player.
Right on the money, Sharp, McGoldrick, Bishop. And a play by Judge. And there's just no sense of momentum at any point. Although they have recruited him, and I know Paul Lambert feels that's a real endorsement of what the future is going to hold, even if it is in a lower division. Enjoyed promotion across town. He's going to get his chance here. May well be David McGoldrick, who is jousting for position, who comes off.
It shows the strength and depth that Sheffield United have, taking off McGoldrick and Hogan, bringing on Sharp and Medine. Influence on Sheffield United this season, deservedly getting a standing ovation.
And I have to say, from both sets of supporters, Gary Medine playing a cameo role, as has been his lot all season. Well, it's only in the time he's been here.
Here on Good Friday, remember the nerves ahead of that Forest game. They were desperate to win it, they did win it. They were hoping maybe Leeds would falter against Wigan and Brentford. That is what's happened, they win at Hull. You wouldn't have believed it on that Good Friday, they'd be in this fabulous position.
Well, this is the picture. 13-goal difference between Sheffield United and Leeds. He still wants more. Talk about trying to make sure. And that is the reason why all footballing logic tells you they're right.
What he's trying to say is, let's play our normal game. First game of the season, we'd step onto the opposition if they have it at the back. OK, we're 2-0 up in a great position. Don't change what's got us into this position. Keep going, keep stepping up the pitch, keep putting the pressure on.
So judge over this. At least an opportunity here for Ipswich to ensure that the nerves become a little frayed. Ciala is in there. Bishop. Take the knocks. Well, more championship action to come. At the moment, Sheffield United have dethroned Norwich from the top of the division, but they effectively only need a point to confirm their place in the Premier League, although realistically it's done. It's all about the title now for them. And if we talk about the title, that is very much up for grabs, because Norwich have a very tough final day game against Aston Villa at Villa Park, who define the word momentum at the moment. Sheffield United go to Stoke, who certainly haven't found any momentum this season, despite their very talented squad. Bishop, ball off to pick it off, it's Basham. Duffy, Bishop. Flynn Downs, Dazal, Chalabar. The young gun's still going for it. Good steal by Fleck. Stevens to O'Connell. James Bree steps in. Judge. Dazal. Chalabar. Bishop. Bree. Chalabar. Into Madine. Duffy. still driving forward. And Downs battling gamely. A good forebear in his schooling, went to the same place as Frank Lampard and Noel Edmonds. Here's Chalabar. Followed by Chambers. Balled up on the end of it. Oh, the Ipswich fans bouncing behind the goal. I have to say, the Ipswich supporters have been brilliant this year for all the depression that could easily have descended. Average home attendance has actually gone up this year. John Lundstrom is going to come on for Mark Duffy, so it's a little more of a conservative look to the midfield now.
And just like when McGoldrick went off, the crowd's reaction tells you the kind of season, the influence Mark Duffy has had.
Well, quite simply, he's had the season of his life. He's taken the long way round to the Premier League, having started as a kid at Liverpool, but through the non-league, there were people who tell you now when he was at Southport they didn't see this coming. Great determination by Enda Stevens, who's been a standout player in recent weeks. Here's Billy Sharp. Norwood. O'Connell. Stevens. Lundstrom. Balled up. Basham. And Ciala. He's fouled. Tough back there. There's Basham. Downs. James Bree. Judge. Kenlock. Will it break for Judge? No is the answer. Here's John Lundstrom. Billy Sharp tussling with Scoos. Premier League There are a few waiting for the mathematics to confirm it by the look of it, and that could well come tomorrow. Leeds. They do not win, and that's that. There's a few more takers for this one. Stand up if you're going up.
I suppose from the Sheffield United perspective, if they were to pick a team for Leeds to play in a game that they have to win, it would be Aston Villa. 10 straight wins, they're in phenomenal form. Very tough for Leeds to get 3 points out of that one.
Club record. That's saying something. Kenlock. Dazal. Judge is going to unleash here. Well, Dean Henderson with his first real bit of business.
It's a wonderfully clean strike. Henderson has had very little to do throughout the game. Good concentration, watching the ball all the way. He's always moving back towards him. It's a save he should make.
First shot on target.
I think he was saying there the ball was moving, wobbling in the air, so he's probably trying to make out as a better save than it maybe looked.
Skew's coming in near post. It was Norwood who defended it, and Billy Sharp who got it away. Great roar in the Bramall Lane stands. Chalabar. Ipswich host Leeds on the final day. May well be that Leeds will be in the process of picking themselves up. Straightforward playoff campaign. Bishop. Judge trying to find an inroad. Egan away. Up to Medine. On for Sharp. Gets the free kick. Well, an outstanding front man, but I think it's an outstanding man at the back that's caught your eye today, Andy.
Yeah, I think when it mattered most, we've had a composed and aggressive team performance from Sheffield United, but no one has done more individually than Jack O'Connell to get the Blades over the line. He's made one, he's scored one. Truly inspirational performance.
Well, he's earned legendary status today at this football club. Already concluded.
The fans were told to stay in their seats. Are they going to comply, or are we going to get a pitch invasion? Tim Robinson's on his way.
Sheffield United are going up, and the man who embodies this football club has taken them from the doldrums to English football's biggest stage. The majority respecting the wish to stay off the pitch. A few have come on in an expression of joy. A promotion that will mean as much to Billy Sharp as anybody here. A cameo role today, a role in the second goal. Scott Hogan stepping into the spotlight again to score the first. But Jack O'Connell, that outstanding performer at the back, grabbing the second, and they know it's done. Never mind what the theorists and the number crunchers will tell you. Sheffield United are where they want to be again, and what a journey it has been.
Well, there's hard seasons ahead for both these clubs. Ipswich in League One, Sheffield United in the Premier League. The mathematicians say it isn't done yet. The goal difference means it really is an extraordinary few years for Chris Wilder, fully deserved. His team has been as one as they gather together. This is what it's all about. You gain success not by being individuals, by being a team and having a coach that drives you forward. That's what Sheffield United have had, quality and character.
They've done it in their own distinctive style, and it has brought joy to Bramall Lane in so many senses. Joy at the end goal and joy at the way they have done it. Tactically, very much out of the ordinary. It's so difficult to deal with, and the majority have struggled. But it is a night of celebration in Sheffield.